Here we go for day 5 of the Instagram Bootcamp Challenge series. And today we're going to focus on storytelling. So hopefully at this point you've gotten your feet a little bit wet with the other concepts I've talked about. So let's just jump right into storytelling. This one might be a couple minutes longer because there's some pretty cool nuances that I want to make sure that I get through with you guys today. So let's talk about what exactly the stories are. So the stories are a lot of the things that you want to post on Instagram because they're fun, they're quirky, they're engaging, but they would mess with your actual grid, your squares, if you were to put them on your actual Instagram page as a post. So these are the funny little snippets of your day, you dropping the kids off at daycare and the kid pitching a fit because they don't want to get out of the car, or the dog that is eating your shoe, or any number of things. Some people use them to like do little parenting talks or motivational things. So I'm going to show you some examples, but first off, where do you find the stories? So if you are on your Instagram account, down here at the bottom, there's this little house. When you click on that house, you're going to see up at the top here all of the stories. So what this indicates is that this person, Taylor Trammell, he has a story. And so if I click on that, I'm going to get to see his story, and then it's going to proceed through all of the other stories of people that I'm following on Instagram. You see here for Joanna Gaines, at the time that I took this screenshot, she didn't have an active Instagram story. So that's just a couple of the things to look for. So you can swipe to the side, and that's where you start to build your story. So what does that look like? Once I have swiped to the side, this was just in my office this morning before I started the video. There's a couple of options down here at the bottom. Y'all, don't get overwhelmed with all the options, but just play around with it, and it doesn't automatically post except if you do live. That works just like Facebook Live. So if you are at your son's baseball game and he's up to bat and you want to show his his at bat, you can click live and they can hear it, they can see it live, and it'll then embed into your story. Boomerang is something fun. It kind of switches back and forth if you want to play around with that. But typically what I'll do is I'll take a still shot screen picture. And it can be anywhere from my camera roll. And so I've got this one right here. And then I decide that I want to type into it. Okay, so this up here can change the fonts that you use. You've got this whole array of colors, and you can scoot to the side to change the colors. You can make it bigger. You can make it smaller. You can click this little A, and it's going to highlight the entire block of pictures. And then down at the bottom, once you have typed it and click done, there's a little button that says add to story. You simply click it and it adds to your story. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to show you some examples of what people's stories look like. So this is a great picture, and she has simply geotagged where she is, put in her location. Really just fun, but a great image that she used. This was me yesterday. So I had a little bit of fun with the font. I'm drinking my almond milk, and I just said, thank God for my 40s, a little better fashion sense, and the right juicery. So I'm hashtagging where I bought my almond milk. So again, getting that engagement going, using hashtags still within your Instagram story. So we've already seen geotagging. We've got the use of hashtags. So there is an option to just use text. All right. So you can make a big statement if you want. Again, using hashtags if you want it just to be simple and catchy. Over here, she has used geotagging, and she's used little emojis. There are little emoji options for you to add. And here's the really cool thing. If I wanted to send Lauren a message, I could do that down here at the Instagram story. So I could say, oh my gosh, would love to go to Cycle Bar with you. Let me know next time you're going. And then I send it to her. So this is a great way to engage with people as well on Instagram. Remember, we're trying to just increase that interaction with people on Instagram. Another option So you find people that you want to start building a relationship with, and you can give them a shout out in your Instagram story. So Marion, obviously this Amelia Grace gal, she's trying to engage with her, or she's a friend of hers, or they're like, hey, let's give each other a shout out. That is another way that you can increase your followings. If she's talked with Amelia Grace and said, hey, I'm going to feature you on my Instagram story, will you feature me? You take a screenshot, add it to your story, give them a little shout out. It's a great way to help each other out in this social media game. All right, Sally Crosby over here. This is really fun. You can add different layers to your story. So for the first layer, Sally did the geotag, and then she sent it to her story. And then she had that screenshot where she added another layer and a caption, sends it to the story. Then adds another layer, sends it to the story. This keeps people reading your story because they're like, oh, wait, she wasn't finished with that thought. She wasn't finished with that thought. And it's going to keep going through in the story. But notice this is something that she would never post on her actual Instagram because it's funky, it's messy, it's fun, it's super colorful. But these are, again, these fun, engaging things that you put on an Instagram story that you wouldn't put on your actual Instagram grid. You can have people engage in a poll. How fun is that? So Emily had a little video, and then she put a poll over the top of it, and it causes people to click yes or no. You see results, and it's super fun. And then this is another way that you can get people to actually hop over to your Instagram grid to see. So she said, new post for every mama that has ever been spread too thin. And so she's telling people, hey, hop over to my Instagram now and look, read this post. Really, really a fun way to get people to go, to comment, and so forth. So Instagram stories can be a little bit scary. And sometimes, I'm like, what am I going to do for my story next? And so honestly, guys, there's some days where I don't have things popping up in my story. And then like today, I think I have like 8 things. It just depends on what strikes me and what hits me, what I'm doing. If I'm doing laundry all day, what a fun mom post, taking pictures of me and the selfie with the laundry, momming so hard, just doing fun stuff like that that's going to engage people. But just start to observe and to watch what people are doing. The commenting on people's Instagram stories is huge. And guys, the one thing that I want to say to you, if people are commenting to you, make sure that you respond to those comments. Again, you're working Instagram like we've always worked Facebook, and engaging and commenting. It's the same concept. So don't be scared of it. Have fun with it. The Instagram stories, it's really kind of hard to mess up because they're just fun and they're snappy. Whereas your Instagram squares, that's where you want to be a little bit more intentional with what you're posting. So focus on the geotagging, still use your hashtags, change up your colors and your fonts, using some layers, and just above all else, have fun with it. It shouldn't be a stressful thing, but have fun with it. So we'll see y'all tomorrow.